we are gonna go ahead and react to Hanzo's Hero Spotlight. I know it's been a little while since this was released, so I'm a bit late to the party, but it's fine, you know. I'm still fresh. I haven't seen anything about like new Hanzo, the Hanzo Revamp, none of his skills, none of his new abilities or anything like that, so this is gonna be a fresh reaction for all of you guys. I don't play Hanzo. Hanzo is one of my least played heroes in the entire game. So, I don't actually know very much about how old Hanzo works, and he's not really played in pro play either, so I don't have the best frame of reference for new Hanzo, but we will see how this goes. Yeah? Yeah? Alright. Let's full screen this, and let's have a look at the brand new boy.
Hello everyone! We've got a new hero revamp for you, featuring Hanzo.
Looks clean, looks cool.
Ninja.
Oh, that's clean. That is
In
actually
this
clean.
revamp, Hanzo retains his unique dive assassin playstyle.
Whoa! What is that?
To survivability.
Whoa!
He
He
now
just
has a dash skill in human state, and his body is
They gave him a dash skill in human state. Okay. Also, he can eat you now. I saw that animation. I saw him eating someone. That's an execute. That's the right word. Thank you, Kuruel. That looked like an execute. Okay, let's see how this goes. Does he not have his like big circular dash slash thing anymore? I forgot what it was called. Like Demon Feast or something. But this is still like his, you know, his dash with the spikes in the line. It doesn't look like he has the circular AoE anymore, right? Let's see.
targetable during his ultimate.
Yeah, he just eats you.
Akuma Ninja, Hanzo.
Oh, he looks cool though. I like the new like artwork. That's clean. Though he looks a little less monstrous.
Ame no Habakiri. Hanzo's passive has been reworked. His basic
Okay.
attacks and skills now apply Dark Ninjutsu on targets when dealing damage,
Okay.
stacking up to 5 times.
So this is kind of like what he
Hanzo's
had
first
with
skill
Jungle
can only be
Creeds.
used on targets with full stacks.
Oh.
First skill, Ninjutsu, Demon Feast. Hanzo's first skill can now target more than just creeps,
Okay.
and has different effects depending on the target.
Alright, I
when used on
see.
creeps, it will directly devour them and recover Hanzo's HP.
So this one is still the same, but the animation looks a
When
lot
used on-
cleaner, and like I could see that did he used to get healing? I can't remember if he used to get healing. Again, I never played the hero, but like the animation looks cleaner. Oh, it can be used on the turtle and lord.
On the turtle or lord, it will deal true damage.
Oh.
When used on enemy.
Oh, true damage on the turtle and lord. Okay, Gin said earlier his retry is better. So that's probably why, right? He just has a straight up flat amount of true damage that lets him retry very easily. It's kind of like Balmond ult. Okay, interesting.
Heroes, it will deal a high amount of damage. Second
Okay.
skill.
So it's not an execute. It's just a big burst of damage with conditions. Basically, you have to hit them 5 times. And I'm going to assume that his dash skill counts for multiple hits, because otherwise it feels like it would take a very long time to chase someone down. So far, it does definitely feel like his jungling is better and he has more access to burst damage, but doesn't seem too overly busted yet.
Skill. Ninjutsu.
Okay, so this is his new dash.
Hanzo's second skill has been reworked to improve his survivability in human form.
Okay.
Hanzo now dashes in the target direction while leaving a
So
trail
he
of
dashes
dark mist
halfway
behind.
and leaves
He
a
gains movement
line.
speed when on the dark mist,
Oh.
while enemies will take damage and be slowed.
Okay, that doesn't seem too
Ultimate.
bad.
Kinjutsu. Pinnacle Ninja.
Oh.
Hanzo's body is now untargetable during his ultimate.
What do you mean? What do you mean you made him untargetable? Excuse me? Hasn't finding and targeting his body always been the strategy? He is Yone. He is Yone. You're right. You guys are right. He's Yone. Okay. Wait for it. There's a downside. Okay, let's see.
Hanzo gains demon blood and takes control of the demon Hanekage while leaving
Yeah,
his
it looks
body
cooler
behind.
though. I do like
In
this
this
Hanekage.
state, Hanzo gets a new set of skills, can pass through terrain, and gains
Okay,
movement speed
alright.
and attack
That's
speed.
not too different from before.
Hanzo will continuously consume demon blood in this state, and when it's completely depleted, Hanzo's body will move to the Hanekage's current position.
Oh.
If Hanekage is killed, Hanzo will be forced back to his body and be afflicted with slow and other debuffs and
So he's not stunned anymore. So killing Hanekage no longer stuns him for a long time, but he will be slowed. I don't know what they mean by other debuffs. I'm gonna need to know what those other debuffs are another time, but okay, and then location reveal makes sense. But basically, if your energy runs out, you will automatically appear where Hanekage is. Right? So it's not like the past Hanzo where you can basically decide to like fly your body over to where you are, or just go back to it and make Hanekage disappear. Now, you basically will go to Hanekage. Can you still like cancel it? What happens if you cancel it? That's what I need to like. Did they explain what happens when you cancel it? Like, do you stay where you are? That one I don't know. That one I haven't seen yet.
and have his location revealed. Hanzo can tap his ultimate again
Okay.
to instantly return to his.
I should just keep watching. Alright. You know what? I should just okay.
body.
So he does still have the option.
Skill. Forbidden ninjutsu, Soul Snatch.
Okay, so this is the
skill
E.
no longer requires full stacks to use.
Okay.
Hanekage enters an enemy's body and detonates all dark ninja.
Untargetable. Interesting. So like in the past, this would also be untargetable, right? So this was the circle. This was like the circle of damage that he had in the past. It looks like it is a single target skill now. So it's no longer like big AoE damage. But he does go inside them. So this is actually further iframes, right? And then it looks like you can... I assume that when he's inside the enemy hero, he doesn't actually drain demon blood. So this is probably like... You can be used in the same way you use Ogi Shadow Kill, in that like you can just prolong your presence on the map, even like when your health is low or your energy is low or that kind of thing. I'm going to assume. And then, yeah, like you can use it whenever, but you want to use it when you're max stacks to do the most damage. Okay. It would be a problem if you F out. I mean, that's the same for all assassins, man.
Ninjutsu stacks on them after a brief delay, dealing damage based on the number of stacks.
Okay.
If the target has 5 dark ninjutsu
Is it true
stacks,
damage?
Hanekage will also continuously recover HP. Hanekage's
Ooh.
second skill, Forbidden.
Okay, so, huh. That's kind of interesting. I thought for sure that if it was like 5 stacks, it would just be like more lethal, right? Like it would be like true damage or something. But it's a healing. Interesting. So, I'm gonna assume that Hanekage is just squishier than he used to be. I don't know how much of Hanzo's stats he inherits now. It doesn't look like he's at tanky. So he might actually need to use this to keep him around on top of like the demon blood.
Ninjutsu, Black Mist.
Okay, so this
The
is a
Revamp second skill
multi-hit.
offers high AoE damage and a dash. Hanekage dashes.
Oh wait, no,
in the
his skill 2 was the circle. What was his old skill 1 in demon form? Shit, I've forgotten. This is what happens when you don't play a hero. Okay, so this is the replacement for his circle dash dash slash slash. It's a line now, which probably makes it a little harder for you to like keep hitting people, and I assume it does less damage as well. It looks like it's airborne. It's AoE airborne. It's AoE airborne. You can play with Guinevere. Ray's gonna be so happy.
Of mist behind. Enemies within the mist will take damage and be.
Dude, I think that's a buff. The old skill didn't have anything like that. Like it's harder to hit because the AoE is a line instead of a circle, and it looks like the damage is a little bit lower. But airborne, I feel like actually makes up for it. That's gonna cancel abilities too. You can cancel Odette. Okay.
Slowed. When ganking, Hanzo can use his second skill to close the distance.
Okay.
Then stack his passive with basic attacks and unleash his first skill at max stats.
So basically, Hanzo can gank in human form now.
In team fights, Hanzo
He genuinely can
his
fight
ultimate
in
from a
human
safe
form.
position and engage as Hanekage. Use his second skill to dash in and knock enemies airborne. Then use his Black Mist.
Okay, wait, I wanna just highlight this. He uses his ultimate in the bush. Does he really need to? To be honest, does he need to now? Like, yes, you might eventually want to go back to your body and you'd still prefer to be hidden, but it's kind of safer for you to just ult wherever you want now, right? You can escape like this too, like if your enemy is chasing your human form down, you just ult in place, you're untargetable, Hanekage flies further away, and then once your demon blood runs out, you reappear where he is. It's probably easier for Hanzo to escape from people now. Potentially. But he does need a bit more finesse, maybe. Interesting, alright.
From a safe position and engage as Hanekage. Use his second skill to dash in and knock enemies airborne. Then use his Black Mist and basic attacks to quickly stack his passive and use his first skill for
That's a lot of damage.
Hanzo excels at diving enemies from afar and dealing burst.
Okay, so they do recommend like Corrosion Golden Scythe. Attack speed build without needing Demon Hunter Sword because you can rely on your skill 1 for burst. Okay.
Damage.
Makes sense.
He should coordinate with his team to single out and eliminate targets. Upgrade Hanzo's first skill at level 1 and continue to prioritize upgrading it since it's crucial for his early
looks like
game
his first skill
jungling.
still works the same, so he can probably still be annoying
using
and come
Hanzo's
to your
ultimate,
jungle and eat
leave
your
his
buff.
body back in a safe position and use Hanekage to dive and deal high damage. Hanzo
Yeah, that's
can
a
use his
single
first
target
to
skill
devour
now.
the enemy's creep, robbing them of gold, EXP, and
Yeah,
buffs.
you could still do it.
We recommend the
All
Assassin
right.
emblem for Hanzo with the Rupture, Master Assassin, and Killing Spree talents. The
Assassin
Assassin
emblem,
emblem
yeah,
provides
yeah.
Hanzo with high penetration, and Rupture adds even more. Master Assassin boosts Hanzo's damage when he's by
You
himself for
want
solo
Master
ganks, and Killing Spree
Assassin. I guess
provides
so.
HP
I guess
recovery
it's
on
fine.
kills, so he can
You can
stand
probably
the fight
replace that
to
one.
secure kills.
If we do see Hanzo in pro play, we probably won't be seeing Killing Spree. I don't feel like that would be the one. I'm kind of wondering what would be the emblem that pros would use, right? Would they go for like Warcry? Temporal Rain might actually kind of work, surprisingly. Up until now, a Temporal Rain only really works on Joy. Interesting. Okay. Impure. Yeah, Impure, of course. The classic. Yeah. It probably won't be Killing Spree. So, interesting. There's no voiceover over the item build this time, so this build makes sense, right? You want attack speed, Corrosion Scythe for slow, Golden Scythe to like stack your first skill as fast as possible, and then just like burst damage items. I am okay, this is something that I'm going to do almost all the time now, but like, I'm wondering in my head what is the viability of like Tank Bruiser Hanzo, right? Like, you just be a piece of shit, fly in, you don't do as much damage, but you're just like tanky AF, and you're just consistently like whacking people around and shit, you know, and healing up too through the first skill. Like, I feel like we have to toy with that idea just a little bit. You know, it's probably still better to play him like pure burst because that's just like the way he's designed, but I'm wondering.
We recommend the Retribution battle spell for Hanzo.
Yep.
His high mobility, burst damage, and unique first skill make him a very effective jungler.
Counters and teammates. Hold on, I want to see this.
Effective jungler.
Okay, so the best whip is still all the big setter tanks. We always say this, like almost every time the best whip is going to be big setter tanks. But they have Aurora this time, though she is kind of a setter as well. Countered by dive heroes, counters like slow moving, like backline heroes. Yeah, makes sense.
Hanzo's ultimate enables him to poke or dive with relative safety, making him a serious threat to squishy heroes without
I feel like this is gonna be
like
annoying.
Layla, Ixia, and
This is genuinely gonna be
also
kind of
disrupting the
annoying.
enemy in team fights.
But it actually doesn't feel
Less
OP.
favorably against heroes with lots of mobility, such as Fanny, Lancelot, and Arlott, since it's difficult to build
Just
stats
ult,
on
man,
them,
ult
thus
earlier.
limiting Hanzo's damage. Hanzo has high burst potential, but needs time to stack his passive, so he works best with heroes who can keep the enemy CC, like Aurora,
Yep.
Beleric, and Tigreal.
Actually, no, there is some
CC,
AoE to
like
that, right?
Aurora,
There is some AoE to this skill, because he's clearly targeting, I can't tell which hero that is, but the one with lower HP, right? He's eating that one.
Beleric.
Yeah, he's eating... I still can't really tell. Is that Hellcrit? I can't tell. But when he eats him, Karina takes damage too. I think it does have AoE. Huh.
Tigreal.
Oh, it's Paramis. Okay. I couldn't tell. He was so like covered.
Then quickly stack Hanzo's passive on it with the second skill and devour it with the first skill to rob the enemy jungler of their buff, gold, and EXP.
Invade. People are gonna play Hanzo and invade jungle, man. I hate it.
Engage with Hanekage.
I hate it.
Use his second skill's long dash to get to a squishy target and quickly finish them off to create a numbers advantage for the team. Revamped Hanzo, the Akuma Ninja, will be arriving February 13th. Get 30% off during launch week.
I don't know, this skin is still the same.
And until next time, we'll be seeing you in the Land of Dawn.
It 100% looks like Hanekage is squishier. I think that's how they've kind of made up for it. It 100% looks like Hanekage is squishier, so he has to play like straight up more like an assassin. And considering that there is actually kind of a long animation on his like Demon Feast as well, you can probably counter him somewhat with like Winter Crown. But yeah, I think compared to other like revamps you've seen, this doesn't actually seem that OP. It's nice. It definitely feels like a good quality of life improvement for Hanzo. But yeah, it doesn't feel like busted. I don't like... Obviously, we're not gonna see him in Snapdragon because he just got revamped, but I don't actually think he's gonna be like top prio pick or ban. He can definitely be a niche option, but considering Hanekage is just so much squishier now, and still has to play kind of like run at you when there's so much damage flying around, I think it'll be very easy for you to just burst down Hanekage, right? So, I don't think he's busted actually. In some ways, he has like more tools, he's got more utility, right? I think it's easier for him to stay alive and just generally be a nuisance. But I think he'll be less of a just like straight up late game, he has full items, he kills you, you can't kill him issue, you know? So I think this is okay. He feels stronger, but not OP. And I think that's exactly where a hero revamp or new hero introduction should be. So yeah, I do like this. I think this is good. But so far, every time I've done a hero spotlight and I've predicted whether the hero is meta or not, I've been kind of wrong. So, so I guess we will see, right? Alright, cool.